in this session, we are going to discuss about the configure the SELinux or the app armor. So configuring the SELinux. SELinux means secure Linux. Secure Linux is a extra layer of the security which is implemented when you one type of the security you have implemented or configured on the Linux. Later on, but you have done some mistake. So these mistakes cannot affect you if you have implemented the SELinux. So this is the extra layer of the security. Very big topic, and lots of the time it is taking about to understand the SELinux because lots of the complications with this SELinux. And another is a app armor. So what are these things we will discuss in this session? Okay, so let's start. First is what is the Linux? Secure Linux. What is the secure Linux? It is the context-based permissions. Context means the context. Context means, for the example, there is a web server, and there is a web server are stored in a home directory. The home directory is a var and HTML /var /HTML and /ww. Okay, so this is the location. So what I will do, like the lots of the person trying to upload the data here, it may be the malicious also. So what I will do, I will restrict this website by the Linux, SELinux. So I will restrict, nobody can upload the data on this location. So it is the SELinux, means secure Linux. Context. Here is the context in the data, and it should not be permitted. Anybody can upload the data here. No matter you are root, you are normal user, whatever the user you are, you cannot bypass SELinux. Okay, and also it is enforces the mandatory access controls, which means the basics standard of the security. Like permissions, we have discussed the standard permissions. So based on the standard permissions, the user group and the other person can able to access the particular file, edit the file and do the required modification. But in a SELinux, if that particular folder is not readable or not neither it is readable and neither it is writable. Okay, so SELinux is a common in a Linux distributions of the Linux distribution having the Linux, SELinux inside it by default. You need to configure it. So let's forward one more step. Then we will discuss about the enhancing the security, enhancing the security enhanced Linux or the secure Linux. So define the resources accessed by labeling the resources. Labeling these resources means there is a one file or there is a one folder I am resourcing or I am defining or providing the label. This is the public. This is the public. So public means this is available for the all. So anybody can access this file and add it. If I will make it private resource, this is the private resource. So nobody other person can access this resource. This resource is called labeling of the resources. Means label. Public resource, private resource. Public resource can access by everyone, but private access cannot be accessed. So whenever any process, because all the data is just not accessed by the user, the data also accessed by the applications. Applications are the subject which may be access the resources. So when the process will reach on that particular data, so it will first read the label, and inside the label it is defined this label is available, this label is available for public or this label is private. If the label is public, so user can access. If the label is private, so no user can access. We can define the particular user can access, no matter. We can define the different list. So what we can define? We can define the user, we can define the role, we can define the type. So in a user, we can define who are the users that can access the resource. If I will define the users, if I will define the role, only the administrator role, only the accountant roles can access these resources. So only user, we can define the user who can access the resources. Another is a role who can, based on the role, no matter is a normal user, is a root user. If have the role, then he can access the resources. Another is a type. Type is a maybe the groups together to resource. Type for the easier control. Means providing the groups. This group can whitelisted to access the resources. So I hope you have understood about the SELinux. When we will do some basic practical, so you can understand better, but it is lots of the, like, you need to run the command is ls-z. This command is used for checking the security enhancing Linux. Okay, so you can see unconfined user object, user home, the directory, and I see what it can access: desktop, document, downloads, music, my files, picture, public, and this having the same permission. So what these are the permission, we will discuss about it later in a detail, but many commands are supporting the SELinux output. One is ls-z and give the directory name, so it will display the role. So on the behalf of the directory, ls-z, and then provide a directory name, so it will display the SELinux object. So what are the object we will discuss, and the list process. What are the process under this? We can use the ps-z and give the PID. Here is the provide the directory name, PID. And how will you get the PID? Quite simple. Already you know. Run the psef command and then grab the particular service name. If you want to get the service by name, then. Okay, so let's move on.